From Lincoln they have come, and to London they go, to Westminster Abbey, to the burial place of the Confessor. Everywhere they have stopped, these great statues been erected. The Eleanor Cross, named so in honor of our Queen. For the Queen is dead, you see. The Queen has died, and our King, Edward, weeps night and day for her. The very earth shakes with every cry. This rain is his tears, softening the ground into marshland. But how can one not feel sympathy for the king? Eleanor was 18 years a queen, 36 years a wife. Not even God himself knew Edward better than his beloved Eleanor. But she was not loved by the people. People cried "Spaniard" and cursed the foreign queen in their homes. But what was the queen to do? Deny her lineage? She was raised in the court of a great Spanish king. If she had remained Queen of England till the end of her days, she would still be a princess of Castile. She was born with that honor. Edward and Eleanor's marriage was nothing extraordinary, a marriage of politics to better their families. But it became a marriage of love. Why else would she allow herself to be dragged across the known world as Edward fought his wars? She would not be parted from his side. The year was 1254 when these two first met, 36 years ago. They were true pairs, hardly spending a day apart from one another. Eleanor was someone who matched Edward's intelligence and passion in every sense. The only one who could soften the heart of the man they call the Hammer of the Scots.
Eleanor? Sweet child, the sun has risen. It's time for you to awake. The palace waits for you. Your own mother has...
Fear not, sweet nurse, for as the sun has risen, so have I.
Get off me, girl, and get out of this bed. Your mother will be coming to speak with you any minute.
Mother can wait. My dreams fill my thoughts even as I stand awake.
Your dreams again? What fanciful tale was it this time?
I dreamed I was in Normandy, that my true love was there, and that the only way he could earn my hand would be to carry me to the top of a great mountain. His love was so strong that he did the deed, but his heart gave out in the process. But seeing him made my heart break as well, and together we remained on the mountain.
Such a morbid tale. What would make you dream such a thing?
Fear not, good nurse. My dreams were merely continuing the thoughts of a tale I did read. Les Deux Amants, one of Marie de France's lays.
The woman's mind must be wounded to think of such stories.
Oh, but they are fantastic. Tales of adventure, romance, beauty.
Love?
Of course.
Every day the dowager tells me you are almost woman, but I still see the little girl, foolish as always. Now hurry up and get dressed. Remember, you are not in Normandy, you are in Castile, and in Castile there are people who require you.
Did my mother say what she wants me for?
She did not, and it is not my place to question the dowager. You shouldn't question her either.
Nurse, I remind you that I am not a servant. I have my own mind and I intend to use it. That is why I read so much.
You fill your head with stories, child.
Stories of how to live, of what has come before me and how I can learn from them. That is what Father wanted, and I will honor his wish.
Your father, the king, was a good man, and he loved you dearly. But your brother, the king, is who should concern you the most, and stories will not help you there. You need to know the outside world.
Why do you think I read? My brother is a warmonger, and mother keeps me locked in this castle for protection. Believe me, sweet nurse, I long to leave these gates and see the rest of Iberia, nay, the world. But until I am in control of my own will, how am I to accomplish this? Words are my window to the world.
You are much too harsh, princess. You are not locked in the palace. The grounds stretch for miles, and you have free rein to do as you wish.
As long as I am accompanied by a knight.
Knights who love you and wish to protect you.
But who obey their king when ordered to watch my every move. It's as if Alfonso thinks I will flee into the forest.
Did you not just say you wish to leave this place?
Yes, but I wouldn't leave so abruptly. I'd planned before I acted. Enough talk about my escape plan. That isn't happening. Has Sir Javier returned yet?
No, child. He is still in Gascony fighting the English.
Gascony. What a fool of an errand. Alfonso cannot settle for the greatest kingdom in Hispania. He has to have an empire as well.
I'm sure the king
Has his own priorities at heart. Whatever my brother is doing in Gascony is not for the good of the kingdom. He wants to be regarded as a great monarch of Europe.
Well, just be glad you're in the company of friends right now.
Oh. Alfonso wouldn't dare hurt me. If I've learned anything from my reading, it's that a princess is a valuable commodity in a royal court.
Well, that may be true, but you're more than a sack of goods. You're a strong and beautiful person, and whoever receives you would do well to respect that.
Thank you, Isabella.
Of course.
Eleanor, are you awake?
Yes! Come in, Mother.
Leave us, nurse. I wish to speak with my daughter.
Are you well, Mother?
Yes, yes. Do not worry yourself about my well-being.
That is a task near impossible.
You are too kind, sweet child.
Only to those I am closest to.
Good. There are some who would take advantage of your kindness.
What is it, Mother? Isabella said you wished to speak with me.
Yes. The King of England is on his way here.
The King of England? To Burgos?
Shush, keep your voice down. Yes, the King of England.
Why is he coming here?
Alfonso invited him.
Alfonso?
Yes. You are aware of the Gascon conflict?
If you mean Alfonso's foolish game, yes.
Well, it seems this king is more skilled a commander than Alfonso thought. For the past year, the English have been rooting rebels from their holdfast with ease, both Gascon and Castilian alike.
The fool! So he's been fighting a losing war and knows it.
Somewhat. The Castilian knights still in Gascony are sparse at the moment. They are little more than organizers for the rabble, but yes, the Gascon cause is a losing one.
And what now? Is England coming to claim its prize?
Not exactly. The King of England is not a fighting man, despite what has happened. He commands soldiers, but he despises war. Knowing this, Alfonso sent word asking for a meeting to discuss a compromise. The king accepted Alfonso's terms. He will be here by midday.
Why are you telling me this, Mother?
Only to warn you. Alfonso will look to make a deal. You, my dear, are his most valuable bargaining chip.
He means to auction me off to this English king.
Not to him. To one of his lords, perhaps. Or not at all. I don't know. I merely ask that you prepare yourself. A great deed may be asked of you in the next few hours. I need you to be strong.
Is there nothing you can do? Why don't we just leave this place? Go to Ponthieu, to your home.
I will not consider such things before the deed has been done. For all we know, nothing will happen.
But what if...
Eleanor, I told you. Be strong. For now, that is all you can do, so promise me.
I promise, Mother. I will be strong. For you.
For yourself.
And for myself.
Ah, there she is, my darling sister. Your books fare you well?
Quite.
Dear sister, why so glum? Show us a smile.
Don't touch my daughter that way.
Do not think it is out of love that I stay their hands. It is my desire to keep the throne room clean on this day of days. Understand me, woman. Never touch me like that again. My mother you are not. In case you have not been told, the King of England is on his way here.
So that you may make peace.
So that we can bargain. The king must see me as his equal. If he doesn't, I will see his entire duchy wasted till kingdom come.
And waste more of your men.
Do not think you are here to debate me, child. You are here to observe and be quiet. Now be gone. The part you have to play will be revealed shortly. For now, I want you out of my sight.
Be strong, my child.
Your Majesty, may I present his lordship Henry III, King of England, Lord of Ireland, Duke of Normandy, and Aquitaine.
My lord,
My lord, welcome to Burgos.
I must thank you for the safe passage.
Men like Sir Javier served me well. They knew I wanted to speak with the King of England, not with his corpse.
And I wish to meet with the king on the peninsula in person.
Here I am, the greatest king ever to rule Castile.
My good lord, only history can make such a claim.
That is why I am writing it.
I will admit that I was surprised to see your desire for a peace talk.
A bargaining.
Peace in any other word. I'm glad to see you've changed your ways. Seeing your supporting of the Gascon rebels is a foolish endeavor.
A foolish endeavor? I am showing my presence to the world.
And getting good men killed. For what? For personal glory?
How dare you question me like a child? I am the greatest king Spain has ever seen. Castile and Leon are mine, and Aragon is mine by blood. Gascony was the first step to my greater accomplishments.
And you are losing. My lord, I come to you in peace. I'm not a man of war. I loathe conflicts. I come dressed in the robes of the confessor to show your court. I do not desire war with Castile. But by ancient bloodlines, Gascony is mine. And if you continue this conflict, I will bring the entire might of England upon you.
There it is. There's the fire behind the piety. I knew it had to be there. You're right, my lord. The last thing I want is a full-scale war with England. That is why we are here, to discuss terms.
Very well then, let's discuss.
Good. In this hour, I see it best to make an alliance with England before she becomes a greater enemy. I will promise to withdraw my support of the Gascon rebels and any claim I hold to the duchy, as well as support you in future military campaigns.
In exchange for what?
A marriage alliance. If your son Edward were married my sister, Eleanor, I will swear to uphold everything I have said.
These terms are most agreeable. I have been hoping to find a match for my son. If his marriage will bring peace, then I will happily agree.
But I will need some insurance.
Pardon?
The King of Castile have been claimants to Gascony for over 200 years. If I am to give that up, then this marriage should show as much.
Fear not, my lord. I have been meaning to name Edward the Duke of Gascony. I hope his time in duchy will prepare him for when he is to become king.
I respect you, my lord, but your hopes and wishes are not what I seek. I need a monetary value. Say, £10,000?
10,000 pounds?
Annually. If this Prince Edward is to marry my sister, I must ensure he has the ability to support her, as well as his lands.
Very well. In addition to Gascony, Edward shall receive the manors in the Midlands, the castle of Bristol, the earldom of Chester, and further royal lands in Ireland and Wales.
Brilliant. I trust my clerks will find those lands to meet the required sum. In the meantime, will you dine with me, good lord, so that we may seal our deal?
I shall, my lord, though I will be departing in the morning.
Splendid.
Except, I would like to see the girl first.
What?
How am I to tell my son who he is marrying if I am not even to see the girl? Be reasonable, my lord.
Very well.
You are very beautiful, child.
Thank you, my lord.
Do you have a chapel here?
Yes.
May I pray with the girl?
What for?
I find the best way to know someone is through prayer. Spare me this one opportunity.
Very well.
just made my son the second most wealthiest man in England. He's barely 15.
I'm sorry, my lord. I don't know why my king asked that of you.
Oh, I know why. He wants to ensure Castile gets as much as possible out of this alliance. Such a sum will guarantee Edward can raise forces during a war.
My king is nothing if not divisive.
I've known many men like Alfonso. Many of them have sworn their allegiance to me. Others have tried to kill me.
Yes, my lord.
In the end, it matters not. Edward is to be king one day. On that day, his lands will be worth more than 10,000 pounds. Do you love your God, child?
Yes, my lord. I pray to him nightly.
That's good. After all the battles are fought and marriages are consummated, God is the only thing that matters. Everything I have is with his blessing, even my son.
Is your son a God-fearing man, my lord?
Edward? He says his prayers and attends Mass, as is expected of him, and I named him after Edward the Confessor, the ancient Saxon king, hoping he would be blessed with a shred of that man's piety. But my son longs for adventure, glory in the battlefield, not the worshipping of saints in a cathedral.
Your son longs for a war.
I suppose. Until recently, he was too young to fight, but the life of a royal is the life of war. Very few share my disinterest in the affair. My son is not a tyrant, if that is what you fear.
No, my lord. I
won't blame you for thinking so. You know nothing of England nor its people. The men are cold, and the land is even colder.
Maybe that's why my king is such a poor warrior.
That's enough talk of war for one night. I shouldn't discuss such things in the Lord's house. But tell me, child, what is it you desire?
My lord?
You've heard me. You don't appear as someone to sit idly by. So what is it you desire?
Truly? I long to leave this place. I long to mount a horse and see the rest of the world. I don't desire a war, but I wish to see lands other than my own. If my role in life is to be married off, then I wish for someone who shares my desires.
You might be the person Edward's been looking for. Perhaps you're the person to match his restless spirit.
If that is the truth, then perhaps we have been blessed.
Maybe. Still, I think you'll find marriage advantageous. I personally was saved from an assassin thanks to my wife, another Eleanor.
Really? How so?
The man leapt into my chambers with a knife, but when he entered, he found my bed empty, for I was with my wife.
I'll have to wait and see if our pairing is as fortunate.
In that case, I shall return to Gascony with haste.
You shall not remain in Castile?
No, I must return and send word to Edward, as well as keep the peach and duchy. How is your mother, by the way?
My mother? She is well.
You know, she and I were almost married when I was a younger man.
Really? May I know what happened?
Her father didn't want to anger the French king by wedding the future Countess of Ponthieu off to the King of England. But think if things have changed. Maybe you'd have been my daughter, and Edward the Prince of Castile.
My child, I prayed you wouldn't have to be a tool in politics.
I have a part to play, Mother, as does everyone else. But I will be strong. I may have no say in marrying this English warmonger, but I will not be bent. I am my own person. No husband can change that. It's Sir Javier.
Something's not right.
Princess, dowager, I beg a moment of your time.
Speak your mind, good sir. Whatever you have to say, the princess can hear it.
My queen, I have sources saying that the king intends to have you killed.
What?
He fears you may interfere with the betrothment and has grown tired of your attendance at the court.
He means to get rid of those who criticize his reign.
Precisely. I don't know what he intends, but I know it is to appear an accident. But If you go now, I can ensure you get to the coast by nightfall.
I wanted to be here for you, Eleanor. You don't deserve to face this alone, but I won't be any help to you dead.
Sir Javier, is there nothing you can do?
I am doing what I can right now. If we move now, I can get your mother to a ship.
You speak of being strong. Now it is the time to be strong. Do not let Alfonso or these English get to the better of you.
But where will you go?
To Ponthieu. I may no longer be queen, but I am still a countess. I will do what I can to help you from there.
Be safe, Mother. Keep me in your prayers.
Always.
Slow down, my lord. Don't go too far ahead.
I've waited long enough. I've longed to see this place. What a castle.
I, the greatest in Castile.
Rather small.
Edward?
High walls and towers, good for defense. No flair, no presentation.
Perhaps you should talk more courteously about our hosts.
Fear not, Sir Bartholomew. I will speak my mind, but I shall also be courteous.
You must admit, this place is beautiful, Prince Edward. I've never seen so much sun.
Yes, that I can't deny. Lovely place for a tourney. Well, let us meet this King Alfonso.
Edward, calm yourself for a moment. We must wait for the other lords to join us.
I've waited long enough. I've heard nothing but Castile, Castile, Castile for months. So let us go.
I understand your anxiousness, my lord, but still, you must wait. As you've said, you've waited months. You can wait a little longer.
You test my patience, Sir Bartholomew.
My lord, is that not the lords coming up the road now?
Indeed it is. They'll be here momentarily, so come on then. Let us meet the king.
Yes, my lord.